'Twas the night before Christmas, and it was quiet at the trailer. Though I hate to admit it, hell, I was drunk as a sailor. The socks was all hung by the wood stove over there in the hopes that by morning they'd be dry enough to wear. The kids was all out of town a visiting her brother, and hell, I'd have been there too if I had my druthers. But with me and my skivvies, my wife and her gown, we just turned off Conan and barely laid down. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I thought, I bet you some beehole is stealing my ladder. So off through the window I stumbled and tripped, mumbling some golf words and rubbing my hip. I threw on my coveralls, my boots, and a coat, and then I slipped out the back door with my shotgun in tow. Now I had forgotten the back porch was rotten as hell, so plain as the nose on your face, folks, I fell. But thank God the whole place was covered in snow, so the landing was quite soft, but the walking was slow. At least for an old man, 'cause see, I ain't so young, and it took me forever to get round to the tongue. I pumped in around with my half-frozen thumb, not knowing what to expect, hence the gun. When what do my wondering eyes should appear but a upside down, on fire, candy apple red sleigh and about 7 or 8 dead deer. Now, of all of the places this fool could have wrecked, why the hell did he have to go and land on my deck? The patio umbrella and chairs was all broken. Hell, he even took out the smokehouse where I've done all my smoking. I can't tell you the thoughts that raced through my brain. Ain't no one gonna believe me. Hell, they'll think I'm insane. And with my sordid past, I damn sure don't need the attention. And how am I gonna rebuild all this on my disability pension? But I put out the fire, and I quieted the hounds, and then I hid in the shadows till it all settled down. Now, I ain't no genius, but I made me a plan. So off to the shed for a shovel I ran. I was back at the accident scene in a jiffy, and though old St. Nick was still breathing, his outlook was iffy. So I lit me a smoke, and I waited around, watching that fat belly go up and go down. And when finally I saw he hadn't breathed his last time, I drug him to the timber, and I buried him in lime. Then I toted all them presents back down to the shed. One deer was still moving, so I stomped on his head. Then I hung up a couple 'cause we needed the meat. Then I fired up the tractor and moved the debris. And miraculously I finished ahead of the sun. And I purveyed with pride all the work I had done. And after a shower and a couple of drinks, hell, I hopped back in bed for some well-deserved winks. as I lay there, my eyes filled with way happy tears. For if I was careful, them presents could last me for years. And the signs of a struggle, hell, they'd long since be gone by the time the next Christmas happens along. Now there's a moral to this story, as dark as it seems, and it's that folks should never, ever let go of your dreams. For at a time when you think that your life's just too hard, well, perhaps the Easter Bunny is going to crash in your yard, 'cause it damn sure ain't going to be Santa Claus. You know what I'm saying? Merry Christmas.